instances of paranormal phenomena have been reported in this desolate place. Events that may reflect the area's tragic past.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Other Dangerous Podcast, where we talk all things paranormal. I'm Ken James, and this is Jason McKittrick.
Hey, folks.
And if it can haunt, howl, or dwell in the dark, we want to talk about it. And tonight, we are talking about the Slim Daddy himself.
The Slender Man.
Slender Man. Or Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Yeah.
So, we're going to forgo any jump scares this evening because we're talking about the jump scare of all jump scares, right?
Yeah, I'm already scared.
Oh, are you okay? Are you a big brave bear?
Always.
Okay. So, yeah, this is basically, in its short history of everything, it is the long jump scare, I guess you would call it, because
kind of
it's not really gonna last as much much longer than it has, but it has caused a ruckus among a lot of people.
It sure has. I mean, interestingly, we've actually kind of seen, in a short time, I mean, 2009 is where they kind of point to where it kind of showed up, but we've kind of, witnessed the birth of a monster, a creature.
Right.
In pop culture, we watched it rise, we watched it become popular, and then, and then eventually kind of inspire to an attempted murder.
Right. And that's the weird thing too. So, right, we have the creation of the lore, but in today's internet society and how we do things, we also saw the demise of one just as fast, right?
Yeah.
And the lore and the stories behind it are really fucking compelling. It's really good and well thought out. But
sure, I mean, I would even go to argue that with what happened, and we'll get to it later, kind of actually added an element of danger, of real danger to it, kind of making it even more real.
Yes.
So,
yes.
The Slender Man, or just Slender Man, is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme. Let's unpack that.
Unpack away.
All right, so a creepypasta. Just a scary story.
Yeah.
Apparently it got the name creepypasta from creepy stories that you would copy and paste, and it turned into creepypasta. And,
because people are really clever.
They are.
Right.
They are. So sharing these creepy stories, and then there was a a forum called Something Awful, and I don't think it's around anymore.
Probably not.
No, this was back in 2009. There was a contest to create a monster, and basically he was kind of born out of that. We'll go into the details as we go down, but depicted as your thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face, wearing a black suit, basically Jack Skellington without a face,
right?
Kind of,
right, without the pinstripes,
and without the bat on his neck, but very kind of similar. I remember when it came out, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, is that Jack Skellington?
Yeah, right.
Right. Stories of the Slender Man. I like Slenderman.
I like Slenderman too, because Bane put us onto that.
Right. Stories of the Slenderman commonly feature him stalking, abducting, or traumatizing people, particularly children. The Slender Man has become a pop culture icon.
Has he? Yes, he has.
Yeah, kind of. He's appeared fucking lots of places. Although he is not confined to a single narrative, but appears in many disparate works of fiction, typically composed online. Fiction relating to the Slenderman encompasses many media, including... It just rolls off the tongue.
Oh, I gotcha.
Encompasses many media, including literature, art, and videos, such as Marble Hornets, wherein he is known as the Operator.
Bro, the amount of chain smoking in Marble Hornets with the lead actor.
Dude, I loved Marble Hornets when it came out.
But I'm saying the amount of chain smoke had me oh my god, I need 10 cigarettes right now.
Dude, I remember watching whatever. This is how we do it. Thank you. Yeah. I remember watching those for the first time. Like I was like, watching on a computer, in my room, like middle of the night.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And they were well done, man. I mean, these were the early, the early days.
Yeah. Like this was like that series. All right. So it was around the downfall of the found footage film, right? So like found footage films at that point were taboo. They were like, all right, we get it, right?
Yeah.
And anytime you do a found footage film at that point was just looked at as like, you're that day's over, buddy.
Sure.
But then this came out and it was like a found footage series.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a blog or like a vlog, a video vlog,
and it was presented as such.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, and it was that kind of docu-series aspect of it that drew it out, and they stuck to the guns of the Blair Witch, the original Blair Witch Project, right?
Yeah, kind of in a way.
Yeah,
kind of. Recently, well, not recently, the character has appeared in the video game Slender, the 8 pages, hilariously played by Bane.
If you haven't,
just watch the video.
Just go watch Bane.
Yep, and then its successor, Slender: The Arrival, which I had for PlayStation 3.
I heard it. I didn't ever play that. I heard it wasn't as good.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, but I heard it was like it wasn't as good because it was like there was no jump in anything. Like
okay, all right. As well as inspiring the Enderman in Minecraft. It's a black character with like the black look, and he's got like pink eyes or something. Maybe he just has pink eye.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there was the 2015 film adaptation of Marble Hornets, where he's portrayed by our boy Doug Jones, Billy Butcherson, among others.
Yeah,
the man.
Yeah, Doug Jones is that dude.
Yep, he is, and so many others. And an eponymous 2018 film where he was played by Javier Botet. It's the same guy who played, I think he was in that movie Wreck. He played like the zombie at the end.
Wreck?
Yeah, REC, like record.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Gotcha now. Gotcha.
Yeah, and he was also, I think he played
I was thinking
movie,
like Wreck,
like recreation.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like okay. I think he was also. I think he played. Was it Mama? Remember that movie, Mama?
Yeah.
I think he's the one that played Mama. Yeah. Creepy.
He'd get it as Mama. Sorry, I just slowed it down.
Stop it. Okay, so. The Slender Man was created. We have a date and everything, man. June 10th, 2009, on a thread for the Something Awful Internet Forum. It was a Photoshop contest in which users were challenged to create paranormal images. Forum poster Eric Knudsen, under the pseudonym Victor Surge,
oh my god,
contributed 2 black and white images of groups of children, to which he added a tall, thin, spectral figure wearing a black suit. Although previous entries had consisted solely of photographs, Surge supplemented his submission with snatches of text, supposedly from witnesses, describing the abduction of the groups of children and giving the character the name the Slender Man. Yep. The quote under the first photograph read, "We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." 1983, photographer unknown, presumed dead. That's good stuff.
It is good stuff, but it's become the stuff of edgelords. Like it's
now
become,
it has,
right. You know what I mean? It's become that whole thing of like, that pseudo poetry of the way of talking. Like then it was cool, and now it's like it's flooded with that, and then you're just like, shut up, bitch.
Would you describe yourself as an edgelord? I'm just going to continue.
Yeah.
The quote under the second photograph read, "One of the 2 recovered photographs from the Sterling City Library blaze, notable for being taken the day which 14 children vanished and for what is referred to as the Slender Man.
Right.
Deformities cited as film defects by officials. Fire at library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence." Weird.
Way better than the last one, I feel.
I like the first one.
I like that one.
Okay. So then we also have these additions effectively transform the photograph into a work of fiction just by adding those things, and subsequent posters expanded upon the character, adding their own visual or textual contributions. Knudsen was inspired to create the Slender Man primarily by Zach Parsons, that insidious beast. Never heard of it. I mean, that's actually kind of interesting. I should check that out. Stephen King's The Mist, reports of shadow people, Mothman, and the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. We have to do the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. It's one of the weirdest stories ever.
All right.
Other inspirations for the character were the Tall Man from the 1979 film Phantasm, H.P. Lovecraft, the surrealist work of William S. Burroughs, and the survival horror games Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Wonderful.
Yep. Knudsen's intention was to formulate something whose motivations can barely be comprehended, that's pure Lovecraft, and which caused unease and terror in a general population.
Save it.
Oh, we're going to save it. Other pre-existing fictional or legendary creatures which are similar to the Slender Man include the Gentleman, black-suited, pale, bald demons from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode Hush.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I never watched the show. Oh man,
dude, it's like they're not as like lanky.
Okay.
Oh, but it's like you're like,
they have no face?
They have mouths.
Okay.
And you're like, oh fuck you. Like once you realize and go back, you're like, fuck you. I get it.
Okay. All right. Never saw the show. I'll have to. It's kind of creepy. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Men in Black. Also a
reference there.
Many accounts which grant them an uncanny appearance with an unnatural walk and other strange features. And The Question, a DC Comics superhero with a blank face. Also, hey, maybe the Blank from Dick Tracy.
The Blank. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be.
What? I didn't see the movie yet.
You didn't see Dick Tracy yet?
No.
Oh, dude, you're going to love it. It's Warren Beatty. It's Al Pacino. It's the kid from Hook, you know.
Bruh. In her book, Folklore, Horror Stories, and the Slender Man, The Development of an Internet Mythology, Professor Shira Chess of the University of Georgia connected the Slender Man to ancient folklore about fairies. Like fairies, the Slender Man is otherworldly, with motives that are often difficult to grasp, like fairies. His appearance is vague and often shifts to reflect what the viewer wants or fears to see, and like fairies, the Slender Man calls the woods and wild places his home and kidnaps children. That was one of the hardest sentences I've ever had to read.
Yeah, that was a run-on.
Whew! Like fairies is in there twice.
So, right.
Yep. So, you got this thing, they do the contest. This thing goes out there, and because of its kind of like, plausibility, it goes viral. Do you remember?
I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the moment. I got a text from you. Dude, did you hear about Slender Man?
Yeah.
And here's what the fucked up part was.
Yeah.
The last time we hung out before that,
I
was wearing a shirt that was a replication of a woodworking. It was a reprint of a woodworking called The Knight. It was a piece of art. And it had a knight and a skeleton man.
Yeah.
And the skeleton man was impaling the knight with a large joust.
Yes.
Some motherfucker out there to expand the lore turned the joust into his arm reaching through. And you were like, dude, you were wearing the shirt with a piece of this lore.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I went and looked and I'm like, there's a fucking joust there. But they did it. They did it well. They did it well.
They did.
And I remember because this was at a point where it wasn't like me and Jay are now. We're like every fucking day. We're like me and Jay. We, at this point we text every day. We shoot the shit, go over stuff. But this is at a point where like every once in a while it's like, hey man, did you do this and that? And for me to get like, dude, did you see this? From Jay was like I got to look into this right now moment, right?
Yeah.
So I remember. I remember.
Yep.
Vividly.
Yeah, no, I mean, he went viral and it immediately spawned like numerous works of fan art, cosplay, and more creepypasta. Divorced from its original creator, the Slender Man became the subject of myriad stories of multiple authors with an overarching mythos. So, soon after, the first video series involving the Slender Man evolved from a Something Awful thread by user Cigars. It tells of a fictional film school friend named Alex Crayley who had stumbled upon something troubling while shooting his first feature-length project, Marble Hornets.
Alex Crayley, you get it now, though?
What?
The name. It's like Alex Crayley, almost like Aleister Crowley. It's like right there.
The video series, published in found footage style on YouTube, forms an alternate reality game describing the filmer's fictional experiences with the Slender Man. The ARG also incorporates a Twitter feed and an alternate YouTube channel created by a user named To the Ark. That they're still up, man, and every once in a while they'll post a video.
I haven't seen anything new in a while, so
it's been years, but like there was something posted because I think they got bought out or something. Something happened.
Of course, anything gets popular.
As of 2013, which was almost a decade ago, Marble Hornets had over 250,000 subscribers around the world and had received 55 million views. Other Slender Man themed YouTube serials followed, including Everyman Hybrid and Tribe 12. Tribe 12 was decent. Everyman Hybrid was in my opinion. I was into it for a while.
Sure.
Yep. 2012, Slender Man was adapted into the video game Slender the 8 Pages. With its first month of release, the game was downloaded over 2 million times, and then there was like 1 million like variants of it.
Right.
But like we said before, when Bane played it is when it really spoke to me.
That was the moment that I knew, one, that I can relate to Bane, and two, Slenderman was really scary. Because I, too, in tense situations go, I'm a big brave bear. I go, I'm a big brave bear, I'm a big brave bear, I'm a big brave bear.
I've heard that. I have heard that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Have you?
I have.
Oh, well. Guys, Jay's heard of that.
Well, you said it, so now I've heard it.
Right, exactly. Because it went,
it
went right into the headphones.
So the Slenderman's fiction, the Slenderman. What are we
got that?
Slenderman. We doing.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
I love it. Because the Spider-Man's fictional.
Spider-Man.
You said do whatever the fuck.
You're right. I mean, that's way cooler. I mean, I'm sorry.
Because of Slenderman's fictional mythology has evolved without an official canon for reference. That's not canon. Yeah. His appearance, motives, habits, and abilities are not fixed, but change depending on the storyteller. He is most commonly described as a very tall and thin with unnaturally long tentacle-like arms, or merely just tentacles. Or I like when the tentacles come out of his back. I think those are cool.
Yeah, but there's a lot of pictures that like, fan pics that they do it where it looks like shit.
Fan art is 99.5% shit.
Right. And they do like the ends are really fat and it's squiggly. I'm like, woo! Yeah, I'm like, all right, titty tassel.
I drew S's on them.
the high school S's?
Yeah. And his tentacles he can extend to intimidate or capture prey. In most stories, his face is white and featureless, but occasionally his face appears differently to anyone who sees it. I don't remember that. He appears to be wearing a dark suit.
Is he fucking Galactus?
What?
He appears to any race.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Cool. Welcome.
It's going to be a violent occurrence in this room. He's also associated with the forest and or abandoned locations and has the ability to teleport. Proximity to the Slenderman is often said to trigger a slender sickness.
The slender sickness.
I got to pull out of work with that on Monday.
Oh my god!
I got slender sickness.
No, I lost a bunch because my wife had COVID. I can't afford it. I gotta go to work with the slender sickness if I have it.
Which is a rapid onset of paranoia, nightmares, and delusions accompanied by nosebleeds. Didn't that happen in the Lost Astronauts episode? Didn't you experience that?
I did. I had the slender sickness. Actually, no. The last 2 episodes I had the slender sickness. Jesus
no, you were right during Jersey Devil. You got through that, no problem.
I meant the Dead on Everest.
That was almost like a month ago. What are you talking about?
You're right. All right, how do we even remember something that far away? Is your neck okay?
I'm good. Okay. I think I have slender sickness.
Oh shit! God, do I need to get the authorities? What do we need?
I'm the authority.
Oh shit.
Early stories featured him targeting children or young adults. Some featured young adults driven insane or to act on his behalf, while others did not, and others claim that investigating the Slenderman will draw his attention. And, the web series Marble Hornets established the idea of proxies, humans who fall under the Slenderman's influence, though initially they were simply violently insane rather than puppets of the Slenderman.
Horrible foreshadowing, right?
This is important.
Yeah.
Marble Hornets was also introduced the idea that the Slenderman could interfere with video and audio recordings, as well as the Slenderman symbol, which became a common trope of slender fiction. Yeah, I think that was one of the cool things, that you get close to stuff and it would start to fuck up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that once again, that influenced a bunch of other stuff. a bunch of other people's, independent works.
Graphic violence and body horror are uncommon in the Slender Man mythos. With many narratives choosing to leave the fate of their victims obscure. It's important to note that the few of the retellings identify exactly what kind of monster the Slender Man might be and what his specific intentions are. These points all remain mysteriously and usefully vague.
Well, that's the effective part, right? For anyone that isn't a toddler that needs,
I'm sorry, that quote was from Captain Obvious. Sorry.
Oh. Captain Obvious, if you're out there and you have, leave us a, leave us a comment.
Do you think he's partying in the Pine Barrens with Jersey Devil, the Doctor,
no.
the White Stag?
Yeah, no. Captain Obvious, if he's doing anything with the Jersey Devil, he's going, the whitetail crane or whatever the fuck.
Sandhill crane.
Sandhill crane.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
You hate me. You hate me so much.
No, I don't. I'm thinking about the next part.
Right, thank God. I was getting self-conscious.
Right. So... Slender Man's popularity is like fucking skyrocketing, right? Everyone's into it. It's a crazy fucking thing. There's games, there's movies announced.
You're texting me about it.
Yeah, man. But it kind of screeched to a halt when it got a little too real. On May 31st, 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Waukesha, Wisconsin, held down and stabbed a 12-year-old classmate 19 times.
Yeah.
When questioned later by authorities, they reportedly claimed that they wished to commit a murder as a first step to becoming proxies for the Slender Man, having read about it online.
Have you ever watched the interrogations?
Yeah. The one girl was clearly the more deranged.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was calling the other one a bitch. But the one was just like malicious. The other was delusional.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. They also stated that they were afraid that Slender Man would kill their families if they did not commit the murder. After the perpetrators left the scene, the victim crawled out of the woods to a roadway. A passing cyclist alerted authorities, and the victim survived the attack. Right.
And that 911 call.
Yeah.
He's just like that guy. God bless that guy.
Yeah.
By the way, because he's like, he's just like, that's the guy that you hope to be in that situation.
Yeah,
for real.
I can't even imagine. Both attackers had been diagnosed with mental illnesses, but have also been charged as adults and are each facing up to 65 years in prison.
Good.
One of the girls reportedly said Slender Man watches her, can read minds, and could teleport.
Because she reads the internet.
Yeah, well, experts testified in court that she also said she conversed with Lord Voldemort and one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which one?
I gotta know, right?
Which one?
Let's guess. Which one do you think?
It's Raphael.
Yeah.
It's Raphael fucking L.
Yeah, because he's the one with attitude.
Yeah, he's like, kill that fucking girl.
Yeah, man, you gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. For sure.
It's not Michelangelo.
No.
You mentioned like stabbing on Michelangelo. He's chucking you in the face. You're getting chucked. You're getting chucked, dude. And Leo is just like...
He's like, I can't have this.
Yeah, he's like, no. And then he cuts them down.
He does. And Don would be like, Bossa Nova.
Yeah, right.
Chevy Nova? And he'd be like, fuck out of here. On August 1st, 2014... You like that? On August 1st, 2014, she was found incompetent to stand trial, and her prosecution was suspended until her condition improved. I recommend the, is it called Finding Slender Man? What's it called?
The HBO documentary?
Yeah, something Slender Man. It's great.
Well, there's actually like 3 or 4 really good ones on YouTube.
Okay.
And you if you don't have HBO Max or whatever,
if you're a pirate like Ken James,
you just go to YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium. I'm the only guy. Nobody,
in the world. Are you supporting their entire...
I swear to God, I'm the only guy.
Just you? Hey, Ken, we thought you'd like this since you're the only one that actually does YouTube Plus or whatever.
Premium.
Premium.
It's premium.
You're premium.
I know. Thanks, man.
Yep. On November 12, 2014, a doctor judged that her condition had improved enough for her to stand trial, and on December 19, 2014, the judge ruled that both girls were competent to stand trial. August 2015, the presiding judge ruled that the girls would be tried as adults. They were tried separately. On August 21st, 2017, and the girls, now 15, pleaded guilty to being a party to attempted second-degree homicide, but claimed that she was not responsible for her actions on grounds of insanity. Although prosecutors alleged that she knew what she was doing was wrong, the jury determined that she was mentally ill during the attack. She will spend at least 3 years in a mental hospital. On December 21st, Waukesha County Circuit Judge Michael Boren sentenced Wire, then 16 years old, to be hospitalized for 25 years from the date of the crime, which would keep her institutionalized until she was 37.
Not good enough for me. I get it.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, when she's 37, that's it. I mean, she'll be
2 years older than I am now.
No, but like she'll be institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll be in there. Yeah. She'll be in that institution for the rest of her life in her head.
Yeah,
you know. Right.
I mean, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? In a statement to the media on June 4th, 2014, Eric Knudsen, the creator of Slender Man, said, I am deeply saddened by the tragedy in Wisconsin, and my heart goes out to the families of those affected by this terrible act. He stated he would not be giving interviews on the matter. Wasn't that an interview?
Yeah, but look, that guy did nothing wrong.
No, but of course they're going to ask him.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have to have anything to say about it.
Maybe they wanted to know which turtle she talked to. It's like, do you think it's Raph?
That should have been the question.
Yeah.
That should have been the question to the guy.
Yeah.
Because look, the guy, what does he do? What does the guy do? Right? He sees
Hold on. Maybe these people are just stupid. Because look, she conversed with Lord Voldemort and one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe they didn't know what she was talking about. Maybe she was like, I was talking to Shredder. They're like, who? She's like, from the Ninja Turtles.
And they're like, one of the turtles.
Yeah, dumb.
But Shredder, he's more of a martial artist. He's not just, hold her down and stab them.
No, Lord Voldemort.
Lord Voldemort, yeah.
He's a stabber?
No, he's a Avocadabra guy.
I know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying Shredder wants he wants the fight, right? Shredder wants the fight.
Okay.
Right? He wants the dominance. Mm-hmm. He wants to win in battle.
On September 25th, 2017, it was reported that Morgan Geyser, then 15, had agreed to plead guilty to attempting to commit first-degree homicide in an arrangement that would allow for her to avoid jail time. In terms of the arrangement, Geyser would remain at the mental hospital where she had been staying for the past 2 years for at least a further 3 years. On February 1st, 2018, the Associated Press reported that Geyser had been sentenced to 40 years in the Wisconsin mental hospital, the maximum sentence allowed. So, there's that. Yep. The stabbing in Waukesha spawned a nationwide moral panic over Slender Man across the United States. Why is this funny? Is children stabbing each other funny?
No, because you just
Parents across the nation became worried about the potential dangers that stories about Slender Man might pose to their children's safety. Russell Jack, the police chief of Waukesha...
Russie J.
warned that the Slender Man stabbing should be a wake-up call for all parents. The
God.
internet is full of dark and wicked things.
Oh, no shit.
A warning which numerous media outlets publicized.
And that night...
After hearing the story, I don't know if that's about the long and short of it. I mean, the stabbing really just it kind of like put an end to the fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, because some dumb kids did some dumb things.
Yep. What had previously just been a creepy home horror meme, whatever, to most people suddenly acquired a new level of reality that most fans of Slender Man found horrifying.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, by around the same time, the Slender Man character had lost much of its original popularity.
Yeah, because everyone's like, fake.
Most of the original blogs that had been devoted to Slender Man either shut down completely or became less popular. Slender Man's presence in mainstream popular culture also contributed to a decline in how frightening he seemed to many people. So,
well, yeah.
But hold on. In the late 2010s, also saw an increase in benevolent portrayals of Slender Man. With many depictions of him from this period portrayed him as an anti-hero which protects victimized children from bullies, although often from violent means. In some portrayals of Slender Man in the late 2010s, he has a daughter named Skinny Sally, who is portrayed as a young girl covered in cuts and bruises. I don't know, man.
Bro.
Slender Man sometimes is portrayed carrying Skinny Sally on his shoulders protectively. That's weird. I mean, I see they're trying to sublimate it, but what the fuck?
God. I have so much to say on it, but I don't want you to walk me into another pitfall.
How do I walk you into a pitfall?
Oh, that's what you just did. That's why I was laughing so hard.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh, you gave me the bait. I go in, you just cut me off and made me look like a dumb shit.
Right.
Oh, right.
I lost my leg fighting in the French and Indian War. How does King George repay me? He cuts my other leg off with his taxes. Is that what you're saying? Hey?
Shut up.
Hey?
Shut Okay, all right. I'm okay. Where are we? Where are we right now?
Hurtling through space in a space capsule.
Oh, no. All right, no, seriously. All right, so where...
Ground control to Major Tom.
Take your protein pills. So, wait, sorry. All right, so they've turned Slender Man into a Deadpool-esque character.
I mean, they tried to. I don't remember any of this shit, and I've seen a ton of garbage, and I've never heard of this.
Because we've been out. We've been out of the game once. We're like, oh.
That's true.
Oh, it's just a story.
Yeah.
It doesn't pertain to, ancient woodworkings that we thought.
Right.
Initially.
Sure. No, it's I mean, to say that it's interesting doesn't cover it, but it's like it was really going somewhere, and like it got real, like really quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it got really quick, and then there's no way of saying this without sounding insensitive.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
trigger warning.
Right. I'm gonna say this is as delicately as possible, whereas this young lady who was on the spectrum,
right,
got into something, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like got into something that she perceived as sinister. She just got into something and like that had an interest in, like how we would get into a new comic book or a new show or a new something, and she took it way too far, and
because of maybe her issues, she couldn't separate reality from fiction.
Right. So, and you clearly had two other things that she was really into in her age group: Harry Potter, Ninja Turtles. So things that she was very interested in.
Yeah.
And this was something that there wasn't a medium that was visual, right?
Right.
There wasn't a TV show. It was mostly reading, and obviously it wasn't something that she ever experienced before. You know when you first you remember your first thing you went down the rabbit hole on,
sure.
And without that warning, this is a story.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we got bludgeoned with the Blair Witch Project, right? But
sure.
But before that, I'm saying anything like the first thing that you were
That's the first reason I logged into the internet was to look at the Blair Witch Project website.
Yeah. So, my name's whatever and I'm a witch. But no, the documentary, the Curse of the Blair Witch.
Oh,
Witch guy,
yeah.
But so this girl, she got into a new area, something that she never experienced before, which was this storytelling in this way, right? And then a community built the story, and they kept embellishing, right? And they kept building. So she was at this point of, wow, this must be real.
Yeah.
Because I don't have these experiences where, like, all these people can't be lying to me.
Right.
Right? So, oh, man, it's brutal. It's really brutal it's really brutal when things aren't explained to people, or they don't have that learning, I guess, curve.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, this is different, but it's still fiction. People get into that, like, that kind of thing. Everyone gets into something like that at a different time in their life.
Sure.
And she just stumbled upon something at a young age. Yeah. And she obviously had some other things going on. Sure. And I even, in the documentaries, things that she was on the spectrum, right? And her other friend, the one that did the stabbing, right? She was her new friend, who came from I guess, I don't want to say broken home, because we're all from broken
Sure, yeah.
But she didn't like the fact, her new friend didn't like the fact that she was so close with her old best friend.
Right.
That she was, drifting apart from. And the finding this new storyline or this new creature that can dictate my actions. Oh, my emotions there's no consequence because it's not me.
Right.
It's
just an excuse.
It's an excuse.
Yeah.
And you could build a whole story behind it.
Yeah.
And the other girl goes, "Oh yeah, no, I get it." And no, he's talking to me too. Let's get rid of her because I want all your attention.
Right. Well, she was also clearly highly manipulative.
Right.
So,
right.
She just, was like, hey, I could just use this as an excuse. Like,
right.
Oh, yeah, it was Slender Man.
Right. It's the pitfalls. It's the pitfalls of just having an imagination, but not knowing where the cap is,
Right. Well, yeah. Hey, man. It is dangerous, anything. I think anything like that can be, where it's such an open-ended kind of thing to it.
Shouldn't be, but
well, that's I think early days of the internet and having like the first generation of kids like being on the internet all the time and seeing this shit. How do how do parents know what to do?
Right, but the messed up part was that wasn't the early days of the internet. Like that happened like 5 years ago.
No, but I mean like this is like the first generation of like YouTube kids and kids that have phones in their pockets all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get that. There's a degree of like the guy having to apologize for written a scary story.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
he didn't
that.
apologize.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm like saying like I'm so sorry. I guess he has.
No, he
to.
said my sympathies. He didn't apologize.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, he didn't have to apologize. I think he just made a statement because he probably should,
right.
but then declined any interviews, which was probably the smart thing.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry.
They were probably looking to like link some kind of bullshit because he was smart not to give interviews. Because
right.
They're probably like, oh well, what are you into?
Yeah, they were waiting for him to slip up and say something.
Yeah.
Because all right, look, like even if we were back in our early 20s, even in our teens, right? We're going to see that, you or I, we'll get into a story, we'll get into something really deep.
Okay.
Are we going to, I got to take out, would you be like, I got to take out Ken to hang out with Chris? Like, you know what I mean? Like would that ever have, like, how could that have, you don't have the issues this girl had, right? So it's not a matter of content. It's a matter of consumption with the person. I would say.
Well, I think it's a matter of a perfect storm. You have this open-ended thing that has this creature that has these rules, and then you have a troubled girl who also is very manipulative and is looking to lash out at an old friend, and finds a person and can clearly see a person she can manipulate, and that's what happened. I think, maybe, they went for the insanity plea, but how insane was she? She directed another person to stab another person.
Right, and she played the whole thing aloof, like,
yeah.
And then I was there, and
then Lord Voldemort showed up.
And I stab, like, it's like,
yeah.
And then, like, I want to, like, when am I going to go home and do this?
I remember watching that, and it was almost like clear, like, I'm like, this kid is full of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other girl who was lying at first, and, like, just started, like, bawling her eyes out. It was just like, they're like, you called her a bitch on like all these occasions, and they're like, you just didn't like her, like it's nuts. It's literally nuts. The place where today's youth can go, especially without any youth anywhere, but especially like where. Oh man, this is a slippery slope, but. How do you
people can post whatever they want, so whenever you have things that are up there and that don't have to have like fact checking or anything like that, it's a dangerous slippery slope, because anytime that you start having these things that have these open-ended things, and there's no, you could just post whatever you fucking want, and you have kids come in there like, oh look, here's this picture, they're probably, oh, there's a Slender Man thing, and maybe the girl who directed the stabbings, the mini Charles Manson, maybe she didn't believe in it, but I probably would bet money that the other girl definitely did.
Well, maybe too, because at that point, the cat was out of the bag, that it was fake, and any kind of this research she would have done, she would have clearly stumbled upon the fact that it was just a creepypasta.
Or maybe they were just playing it. They're like, role playing it. They're like, oh, we're just, we're deciding to live in the Slender Man mode right now. Like, we're people who do different like cosplaying and shit like that. Or people who live in any
Utah?
kind of
Mormons.
No. I just mean like people who like to, people that cosplay as Star Wars people. They live those characters or whatever. And sometimes they like to, or D&D or any of the other RPG type stuff. They will, they like to like live in that mode. Most anyone doing that is mostly, I would hope, is just going to be like, yeah, we know this isn't real, but we decided to just like live in this fantasy for a while. And I think that they were living in that fantasy, and I think that it just, it just went too far. It's like, really, I'm going to stab this girl? I guess so.
Oh, I hate it.
Hey man,
I know.
I have children of age.
Yeah, I know.
Girls.
I know.
So,
and it's frustrating because it's not, because like the content was there to tell you that it was fake.
Mm-hmm.
Easily,
that doesn't matter.
I know, but I'm saying like that's easily accessible. Yeah. It's like you blaming all this, the research you did, all the proxies. I want to be a proxy. I want to do this, and he's gonna come to get me. And it's like, even if you're the officer interrogating, you're like you could have clicked that and it would have gave you the whole backstory.
I think they chose not to. I think they chose to live in that world.
Yeah,
seems to be the way.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so frustrating for me.
Oh, 100%. Me too, man.
Is it for you?
No, it totally is, man. I think it's super dangerous, and I have kids of age, and they're impressionable, man. Like, just, and they will go with, kids of that age are also very impressionable with, their peers. If other kids are doing this shit, dude, how many kids you see of age all dressed exactly the same? You know what I mean? Like,
or adults dressed exactly the same.
Yeah, sure, but we're talking about that age group. A 12-year-old that got stabbed. They were 3 12-year-olds at the time. They just, they fall in step and they just do whatever. It's fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
it's a slippery slope. It's another danger.
It is another danger. Yep. It is another danger. Yeah. And one of the most frustrating that we've ever encountered, I feel.
Indeed. So I would like to give a suggestion for the closing statement.
Okay.
So right here, we're going to drop a clip of Bane playing Slender Man, the 8 pages.
Bane plays Slender.
Hello, Internet. Bane here. My friends told me to play this new game called Slender. They said it's really scary. I doubt it. Let the game begin. I don't know why I'm hopping this fence. If it were me, Bane, I'd burst through it and say, fuck you, fence. But again, I'm Bane. Collect all 8 pages. 8 pages of what? Slenderman's diary? You hear that, Slendy? You're a little preteen girl. All right, let's go find these pages. Oh, look, it's some type of red thing. That's stupid. Okay. This must be one of those pages that I've heard so much about. Collected 1 out of 8. Okay. You think that thumping is scaring me? But you'd be wrong. How could a Slender Man be scary, anyway? I know a slender fella. Dr. Jonathan Crane. He doesn't scare me in the slightest, even with his fear toxin. Oh, look, it's a truck and a shed. That's normal for being in the middle of the woods, I suppose. Oh, look, another note. Can't run. Can't run away. No, not my real dad. I really need to go to the bathroom. What is this place? A bathroom? A shower room? A locker room? I mean, why? It's just a tiled room. Where can I poop? I mean, oh, there's a chair. Do I cut a hole in the chair and poop through it? What would that accomplish? Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Bane, why don't you just poop in the woods? I'm more civilized than that, thank you. Oh, look, it's one of those cross brick wall things that you find in a lot of wooded areas. That's normal. Oh, you think darkness is your ally, Slender Man. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was, well, you know the rest. I don't even need this flashlight anymore. Wait, yes I do. Oh, look, there's someone who can help me. Hello? Hello, sir? I seem to be lost in these woods. Are you hiding from Slender Man, you pussy? Hey, why don't you get out of that truck and help me find some of these pages? Sir? Come on, get out of that truck. What are you doing? Oh, there was somebody in that truck, wasn't there? Maybe this one's playing tricks on me. Yeah, that's it. Calm down, Bane. No one's out here to get you. Just keep walking through these woods. Oh, hey, I wonder if these drums contain the Titan formula. Oh, yay, another page. Help me. What do you need help with, you baby? Help with adjusting your diaper? I'm a big brave dog. I'm a big brave dog. I'm a big brave dog. Batman? Batman, are you out there? Help me. Batman? All right, Bane, just a few more pages to go. Hopefully there's one on this truck. Oh, my God. Thank you. Oh, okay. No! Well, there you have it. Slender. Totally wasn't scared. But it seems as if someone poured urine on my pants and shoved mashed potatoes down the back of my pants. These pants are expensive, and came with this flying jacket that I stole from Launchpad McQuack. I'm gonna go cry now. Where's my teddy bear?
Okay, hope that lightened everything up for you folks. So, for this episode of Other Dangerous Podcast, I'm Jason McKittrick.
And I'm Ken James.
And we'd like you to have a spooky evening.
Thank you for listening to Other Dangerous Podcasts. Have you encountered the other dangers? If so, you can email us at otherdangerouspodcast@gmail.com. And if you'd like to have a discussion about the paranormal, you can find us at Other Dangerous Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. There you can find submitted pictures, videos, and artwork from listeners. We are now streaming on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else podcasts are streamed. And after listening, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you the other dangers.